Hey guys, welcome back to Say What Reacts. We are back again with another BTS Storyline video for you guys, and I am very excited today.
I'm very excited
because, well, you don't even know why you're excited. I know why I'm excited. Well, I mean, you do know. Obviously, you know why you're here.
Right.
But you don't know what's to come, is what I'm saying. So, okay. In this, what we're reacting to today. So we just finished doing part 1. We've already done the BTS. This is BTS and 7-member intro. If you have not watched that, please watch that. We have a great conversation, and he is enlightened on all the little details about them that he didn't know about before.
I did not know.
And he's like
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Very inspired and motivated to continue this journey.
Yeah. Super exciting. And so then we watched I Need You, which is part 1 of the BU. And so check that out because we had a lot to say about that. A lot heavier than you were anticipating.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. We talked a lot about all the different things in that video, and let me tell you, for those who know the storyline, you should definitely check that out because holy shit, he says a couple of things that he doesn't know anything. Remember, he literally knows nothing. That's the whole point of this. And holy shit, he says a couple things that made my eyes water because I don't know how he does it every time. But he was kind of spot on a couple of things that he doesn't even know what he's spot on about yet.
Right.
He'll learn. But anyway, this next one in this series, part 2, is the BTS onstage prologue. So this is actually not a music video. This is, as you can see, it's 11 minutes.
Gotcha.
It's like a story.
Right.
And there is a very scene at the very end, which for some reason, when BTS loaded this onto their website, like onto their channel, it didn't include that deleted scene.
Okay.
But I did find, and this one doesn't have the deleted scene, but it has the subs, which we want the subs.
Right.
However, I did find the deleted scene separately, so we will watch that at the end as well. So don't worry. Yes, I got the deleted scene.
Right on.
Because they're gonna be like, don't forget the deleted scene. I got you. Don't worry. Okay. So yeah, are you ready to get into this?
Let's
so this
do
is
this.
literally gonna kind of pick up right where we left off. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So let me put that on pause and let's get this big on the screen for you guys, and right here and right here. Okay, are we ready? Pause warning is above us because if we need a pause to talk about stuff, we will. Usually he watches kind of through and then we talk at the end, but this is quite a long video, so we might pause during it and talk. So yeah, pause warning in case you were wondering. This is a reaction after all. So yeah, let's get to it and let's go. Ooh, quality. This is a re-upload. Let's see if I can adjust this. Ooh, 360p.
Ooh,
Jesus.
welcome back to 2002,
Ooh,
baby.
good lord. I might have to edit this just so I can cut and find a better video.
Right.
Obviously I want one with English subs, but fucking hell, 360p. That's rough, y'all. Oh my god. Let me see. I'm gonna see real quick if I can find a better quality video. Okay.
I'm already liking this video already. It's one of my favorite songs, Claire de Lune by Debussy.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
It's a good one. Okay, let's see if this is better. And this one might actually have
the deleted scene in
the
it.
deleted scene in it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, and it does. And
Right
it does
on.
kind of look like it's better quality.
Yeah, it does.
Let's maybe we might be able to do this all in one, y'all. Let's see. Let's get this on the
BTS
screen.
on BTS, behind the scenes action.
All right. Okay, let's do this. I'm probably not even going to cut that. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's do this. Let's go. This looks better quality.
Yeah.
Already.
For sure.
What was the quality, by the way? Oh, yeah. See, it's 720 at least.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like seeing them like that every time. It gets me. Oh, okay. Now, do you remember who was who in the from I Need You? I know, because he just said, "Oh, it's Jin." Do you remember which one was Jin in I Need You?
No.
He was the one with the flower petals.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And then obviously, you know who V is.
Yeah.
V is the one that was on the mattress just now. The one who said, "Oh, it's Jin." That's the one who is getting like beaten up in the alleyway or whatever. Yeah. And I'll point out the others as needed. You obviously know who RM is.
Right.
That's Sugar. It's Jimin. The one in the flannel is J-Hope with the pills.
Yeah.
Sugar was the one with the fire.
Yeah.
J-Ho or JK, sorry. Do they sub that? Do you want to talk about any thoughts so far?
No.
Okay, you're like,
no,
nah.
I'm watching.
He wants to. He absorbs, takes it all in, and then we'll have a big discussion after.
우리
J-Hope is a sweetheart. So JK, the one from the alleyway, come meet up. Sugar, the fire.
아무것도 생각하지 마. 난 아무 말도 꺼내지도 마. 그냥 내게 웃어줘. 난 아직도 믿기지가 않아. 이 모든 게 다 꿈인 것 같아. 사라지려 하지 마. Is it true? Is it true? You 너무 아름다워 두려워. 곁에 머물러 줄래? 내게 약속해줄래? 손대면 날아갈까? 부서질까? 겁나 시간을 멈출래? 이 순간이 지나면 없었던 일이 될까? 날 잃을까? 겁나
So now we're going to see credits. And there'll be a deleted scene at the end. So, do you want to talk about what we have so far?
Yeah, so this is like before the first video, right? That's what I assume. Or it's like a dream. It's one of those things to where it's like I can't tell if it's again like a better time in their lives of what their friendship is kind of like encapsulated into this like 11 minutes,
Yeah.
or if it's like a dream state, like, you know, with everything that's going on, almost kind of like disassociation, like reality is so bad, like I wish I can just like live in this, and like whenever you get pushed into that dark space, this is where your mind goes to kind of like disassociate and separate.
So you think this is either what their friendship was before everything just happened?
Yeah, in Egypt.
And this is just you can see all, like, this is what they were all doing. This is the trips they would go on, that type of thing.
Yeah,
before
and this
all
is,
this happened.
And this is like their
or
family, like,
this is a dream state, his escape type of
yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
mentally,
for
and
sure.
this is what he wants.
Right.
To go back to, maybe.
Or like that's the reality, if anything. That if I had to, you know, because these young men are going through a lot of things.
Deleted.
Like if I had a choice, this is the life I would want versus what's been dealt. Was that a picture of him from the night before? Because I know when it was pumping the gas, he was like, "Yo, let me get the camera."
Mm-hmm.
He took the picture and put it in the glove box. Yeah.
Let's go back to that moment.
Yeah.
Oops. Let's go back to that scene so you can refresh what happened in that scene.
Yeah.
So
it's not real.
So that's your interpretation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, I mean, it's very little information of what's happening, other than like in the very beginning, like he's wilding. And what started the whole kind of like dream sequence altogether, covered in blood, washing it out.
Oh
panicking,
yeah, him calling like I need you guys. Yeah.
And then it comes into this very whimsical, very.
So do you think like him on the mattress, in the beginning? So you think that's him dreaming? This is all just him dreaming?
Or like I said, it's like not necessarily dreaming state of it's like it's disassociation. Like it's his escape from the reality of what not just happening and needs you, but because everyone's going through something. All the members are going through something in the first video. It's not like an occurrence. We're just seeing like the tip of the iceberg. We're seeing the last straw that broke the camel's back and what led up to that point.
Right.
So, like in this, it's just bottom rock, worst day of my life ever. And coping with what he did specifically is very, 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 very deep and very traumatic. And it's like this is on the brink. I could take as much as I can take. I'm obviously had that breakdown, and this is his kind of like coping mechanism, I guess would be the best way to put it in context of the information that I have been presented with so far.
Yeah. So that's okay, but this is Jin. This has nothing to do with V right now. So what is this then?
Well, again, this is like a shared thing. Everybody's going through something traumatic in their life altogether, and we're kind of getting like little insights on what they remember of those times. And pictures are very important. Like he crumpled up a picture of, I'm assuming, him and his mom. Not him. V did.
Yeah.
When he was, and that was all he had.
You think that was him and his mom? Not him and his dad?
I think it was him and his mom, I think. Because his mom wasn't there. But I don't know. I couldn't get that much of a picture. I just know it was like a parent and a child. That's what I got before he crumpled it.
Okay.
And who's this one?
This is Jen, the one that with the pedals and the camera.
With the pedals and the camera, right.
Yeah.
Who's got some unrequited something. Or rather, he's waiting for something.
Do you think he's waiting for something?
Well, in that video, when he was sitting in the room by himself with the flowers, the flower petals fell together and they eventually burnt. And then in the climax of that song, like that flower like opened up in his heart. Mm-hmm. And
he opened up a set of windows at the end.
Right.
Well, he opened up the blinds, I should say.
To let the light in, right. Well, like I said, he was waiting for something. Or he's dealing with a loss of something in terms of relationship. I don't know with whom, obviously not these people. I don't know if it's between like a love, remember I mentioned that? Maybe like a lover, or in more context, a relationship. A relationship, I'll just put it at that. Mm-hmm. Regardless, I don't necessarily know if it's familiar, platonic, or romantic, but it's something that meant a lot to him at that time. When he was sitting alone and like really holding on to that flower. The petals. Mm-hmm. And he felt really lonely. And if he's looking at a picture of himself, that the perfect version of that, or the coping version of that, or what we were presented with, obviously wasn't that.
Was two people in the picture, and he looks at it now, and he's by himself.
And he still feels alone.
He does still feel alone.
Yeah. Is he gonna dump that truck in the ocean because they probably stole it? That was my initial thought when he was sitting by himself, because I'm like, oh, they're not there. Let me collect all the evidence, because we gotta trash this truck.
I'm not telling you anything. Yeah. No spoilers, by the way, pretty please, because I don't know. I'm going to be releasing these earlier than I initially intended to release these, but I don't know where we're going to be at in the reaction. We're going to binge a couple things, but I don't know how far into the story we're going to be by the time you guys start seeing these being released. So please no spoilers, just in case. He might have already seen everything by now. Right. But he may not. I don't want anything getting spoiled. That is the one thing I hate more than anything, is someone just ruining a storyline for someone. Like, there's a lot of really wonderful aha moments in this storyline, and I don't want him to not have the wonderful experience of that. You got to experience it when you watched this for the first time, just as a lot of others did as well. And, don't take that away from others who are also trying to enjoy the same experience. So please, no spoilers in the comments. I would very, very much appreciate that. But yeah. Anything else for this one?
No, like I said, like the leap of the faith.
Yeah.
On the top, it's just like, and they were encouraging. It's just like whatever they're going through in their life.
Did you see them as encouraging, as in go in the water, or get down?
No, I looked at it as like, yo, do it. Because it's one of those things where, because it's just like that phrase, a leap of faith, right? Like, a lot of people when they're alone or they don't know or they're just like really, you know, self-sufficient or they're scared of being hurt and they really don't want to go out anywhere else, like you constantly feel like you're on edge, you're on that ledge, and to have that support to where it's just like, we got your back. If you're gonna fall in there, we'll go down there behind you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more, I looked at it as more as encouraging, because if they really didn't want him to come down, they obviously have that
They would have gotten
connection.
up
They
and tried to
would've-
get
someone
him.
would have gotten up and said something. I think, but again, as we're starting to see more things unfold, like this is kind of like, we don't know if, I don't know, I should say, I don't know if this is like a shared thing that they have. Like they're coping, disassociation is something that they all share, or a variant of it, of how they remember these times, and we're seeing it's engaged with
shared
one way.
as in just how we're seeing it, or shared as in them mentally.
Them mentally. I don't know if they
like
exactly,
they're connected. You mean type of thing?
Yeah, they're connected in a way, and they may not necessarily share every single finite detail of those experiences of throughout their friendship leading up to this point, to where they're kind of like in a dark place and like hitting rock bottom in a lot of ways, but they all have like they have a recollection of these events to them that stand out to them, and they all remember and perceive things differently of those events. So I feel like this particular like little prologue that we're watching, I think it's a culmination of multiple events. It's not just like one time we get together.
Right.
It's to encapsulate their whole relationship as a whole. A little bit of like the travel or how far we've gotten, to where it's like we're in the dusty outskirts of abandoned buildings, and we've gone out to the beaches. We've gone out and so I think it's a bunch of experiences to kind of condense like an afternoon for them. But in reality, it's probably like their whole relationship is how I feel it. Okay. So they all interpret, and things will stick out to them differently and play us as an audience like roles of significance and symbolism of things like that, like him jumping off that scaffolding. I looked at it in terms of, because that's the guy that was like picking fights with people, right?
No,
who was
that's
that
the guy who stabbed his father.
Is it in the original? And for like guilt, shame, I can only imagine doing something like that, and to that point to where it's just like, what are you gonna do? And that means a lot more. And you won't see him hit the water either. So it's just
you didn't see him hit the water. They stopped before that.
Yeah, and it's like, what? Take a leap of faith, cleanse yourself.
I remember when I first reacted to that. Jesus, back in
2016 maybe.
No. I started reacting. It was 2019. Because I started reacting to K-pop in 2018.
Right.
I started the series in 2019, towards the end of 2019, and I remember it might have been 2019 then, actually. So it might have been 2019 when I watched this. I remember I was done with the series. I had like 4 videos left to watch, and I had to binge that shit right before, because
something else was coming out at the time.
Something else was dropping, but it was Boy With Love, and I didn't know if it was gonna have storyline or not. So I'm like, I have to catch up with storyline before this comes out, and it didn't have any storyline. I was like, damn it!
Giving everybody a break.
Oh my god, I was so stressed.
That's fun.
But yeah, but I do remember at this time, I kind of, because they were playing the song Butterfly in the background.
Yeah.
And I kind of saw that as like a freeing moment for him.
For sure.
So it's kind of how I interpret it. Like, you know, not maybe so much a leap of faith, but I guess it could be interpreted that way as well. But I saw that as him just needing to let go of it all and just,
for sure,
you know, type of thing.
Yeah.
So,
and
it totally made me like bawl my eyes out when I first watched that.
Right.
Like, I just was like, with the music in the background and then knowing what he just did and then him jumping off of this thing. Plus, it's also kind of like, is him jumping off, is that a symbolism for something much darker? Like, I don't know. Like, so it was very, like, I wasn't sure how to interpret it at the time.
And I think, and again, like, this is a very specific story that they're putting out, and it's a message that they want to convey. But I really believe, so far, 2 videos and 2 intros.
Only 2 videos. Remember, this is just him trying to figure out what he thinks it all means.
And what I like about this is like the choices, the framing, the editing, the techniques that they use in everything, not just them dancing.
By the way, I'm so sorry if you hear our chairs squeaking. I'm so sorry.
Right, sorry.
I have squeaky chairs right now. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And squeaky knees. We're old. Forgive us. A lot of this imagery and a lot of the sounds, you know, sonically and stuff, I think, in my opinion so far, it is to kind of fill these gaps. Like, they are telling a very specific story for the characters that they're introducing to us, but I also believe that they're leaving a lot of like creative liberty for us to fill in the gaps of us.
For us to try to interpret what it is.
How are we them because they are us. That's like how I kind of feel. To where they, rather than like leaving it subjective to where an artist presents you with something and it conveys a specific time in their life or an era or a moment. I feel like they're trying to say this is like a window to us looking into each other's lives, but then also mirrors.
Okay.
Of that we feel certain things. It may not be this extreme, but I feel like it's also like filling these gaps with what you're going through in your timeline right
Interesting that you said mirrors. Interesting. Anyway, okay. Cool. Super exciting. Very excited. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to, and you think the car's stolen? I think that's funny.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I'm really excited to see like where this goes.
So the next one is a music video.
Okay.
So we'll see a bit of that progress.
Right.
So yeah.
That's
Okay.
interesting that you brought that up. That this is V, right? Jumping off the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That he was trying to wash his hands off, and the video ends with him jumping into the ocean.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause, like
Yeah.
cleansing yourself, like you know
on a
how,
new dawn and a new day at sunrise.
Yeah.
A new life.
Like being free, wanting to.
Yeah, taking that step forward. Don't be caught up in don't carry your burdens anymore. We got your family. We got your people are here for you.
Yeah. Washing away all the sins, type of thing, maybe.
Or just washing away your old life. It's because he's young.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things to where it's like he did what he thought was right.
Yeah.
And he was fed up. And it's not like a grown man going through a whole lot of things. It's like a young person going through this neglect and abuse, and then it's shared because he can control himself.
Yeah.
He can escape, but his sister couldn't. So that's like another aspect of things that plague us as human beings as well too, because we try to manage our own feelings, but then when there's people that depend on you or you depend on others and they can't, it gets sticky.
It does. It does. Yeah, for sure. That's the one thing I always thought about, like, in the storyline. I'm just like, wait, but what happens now? Because, like, and you even said that, too, at the end of I Need You. You're just like, okay, but, like,
there's a lot of crimes
but what there's a lot of crimes being committed. Like, what has happened?
What is happening?
You
and not
can't
to be
not
facetious
pay
or be
for...
funny, but, there is consequences and repercussions of their actions.
Yeah, you're like, so what is going to happen next? Because what the hell? Like, so it is very... And that's probably also why you see this as more of a either dream state or a prequel kind of was what their lives were and stuff before all this, because it's like, well, they probably aren't going out doing this shit right now, so I totally see why you interpret it that way. It makes sense, definitely. All right, well, that is it, guys. That is gonna be it for this one, part 2 of the BU on stage prologue. In this one, we will be reacting to, I believe, the run MV is next, I think. So I have a whole document and spreadsheet of everything. I've created an entire storyline guide for other reactors to react to. So I have everything, I should at least, in order, and everything we need to do, including the books and everything. So speaking of the books, though, I don't know how much we're going to binge today, but if we get into the Wings series, it's based off of Damien, which I have the book over there, but you haven't read it yet.
Right.
So it's like, do we just go ahead and get into it without reading it? I don't know.
Or, I mean, it can get into the beginning, right? And then I can read it and pick up on the way. Because it's not that big of a book, right?
No, it's a small book. Yeah. If anything, we might end up getting through... I don't know how much we're going to record today. And we have, like, hours to go. So, I don't know. We'll see. But if anything, we can always react to it. Yeah. And then you can go home and read Damien. And then we can come back, and then the next time we record, you can be like, okay,
well, like in the
now that I've read this...
Right. In the continuity, did the book come out before the set of videos? Or did the videos... Some of the videos come out in the book?
No. The book came out.
First?
Because some of it... It's not a direct, like, this is directly about this, but it takes little things from it. For the Wings series. So RM incorporates a lot of, not just RM, obviously, but he does incorporate a lot of different writings and stuff into their work in little ways here and there. So anyway, okay, we're going to go. All right. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please, once again, do not spoil. I would very, very much appreciate that. And not just for him, but also maybe there's other people that are reading the comments that don't know either. And so, let everyone have their own chance to experience a wonderful story the way that they presented it to us.
Yeah, put a pin in it. And we'll probably, we talked about this earlier too, that we'll probably have kind of discussion groups. Once enough comes out and we got to get the meat and potatoes of what's happening, that, I'm going to have a lot of questions, and I would like to hear your feedback and your interputations of it as well too. So we'll actually create
after the series. I think we're going to go live with you guys and just discuss it.
Yeah. So put a pin in it. Don't
don't spoil it, guys. Don't be that person.
Right.
All right, but definitely let us know your thoughts on this. Let us know how you think he is doing with what he's seen in the storyline and what his interpretations are at this point. We're only 2 videos in. How you think he's doing as far as his interpretations. Did he mention something that you hadn't thought of before? You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, let us know your thoughts down below. I'd very, very much appreciate that. Yeah, that is going to be it, guys. Please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Da-da-da, da-da, da-da.